All right, so you're ready to build that dream home entertainment setup, but you've hit that classic fork in the road, haven't you? Do you go with a big, brilliant television or a massive cinematic projector? It's a huge decision. And in this explainer, we're going to break down everything you need to know to make the right call. Think of this as your personal guide. We're going to cut through all the noise and focus on what really matters, so you can choose the perfect screen for your space. And it all starts with one very important question. And this is it. This really frames the entire decision. What's your ambition here? Are you just looking to upgrade the TV in your living room for casual viewing? Or are you trying to create a dedicated, special space that actually rivals a real movie theater? Seriously, your answer to that changes everything. So you've got two contenders. On one side, you've got the TV. It's the dependable, brilliant, do-it-all machine that works for pretty much everyone, everywhere. And on the other side, the projector. This is the specialist, the one you bring in when you want that massive, immersive, truly cinematic experience. They're just two totally different ways to think about your wall. Okay, to really get why these two are so different, we need to get just a little bit nerdy about the core technology. It all comes down to how each one creates and uses light. This one simple difference is the reason they perform so differently in your home. A television uses what's called direct light. You can pretty much think of it as a giant, super smart light bulb. The screen itself is creating both the light and the image. That self-contained power is exactly why a TV can look so bright and punchy even on a sunny afternoon with the blinds open. A projector, on the other hand, well, it uses reflected light. The projector itself is kind of like a high-tech flashlight, shooting a focused beam of light and color across the room. The image only actually exists when that light hits a screen and then bounces or reflects back to your eyes. Now, this is the secret to getting that gigantic size, but it's also its biggest weakness. So, with that little bit of science in mind, let's get practical. The right choice for you really just boils down to answering three key questions about your space, your habits, and your ambitions. First up, and honestly, this might be the most important one, how much light are you dealing with? Are we talking about a bright, open-concept living room with a ton of windows? Or is this going in a basement den that you can basically turn into a pitch-black cave whenever you want? This table right here lays it all out. A TV, it's going to look great pretty much anywhere. Bright room, dark room, doesn't matter. It has the power to cut through. But a projector? Well, it's a different story. In a bright room, any of that extra light is going to wash out the image, making it look faded. But get it in a dark room where it has no competition, that's when a projector becomes absolutely magical. All right, question number 2. Time to be honest with yourself. This one is all about ambition. Are you happy with a screen that's, big? Or are you dreaming of a screen that is just massive? Something that fills your entire wall, your whole field of view. And this right here is the projector's superpower. People hear 120 inches and think it's kind of double a 65-inch TV. No way. A 120-inch screen has 3.5 times the total viewing area. That is a gigantic leap in scale and immersion that, frankly, a TV just can't touch, at least not for a reasonable price. And that scale has a huge effect on value. See, once you try to buy a TV bigger than, say, 85 inches, the cost per inch just skyrockets. You're suddenly in the tens of thousands of dollars. But for a projector, the cost to go from a 100-inch screen to a 120-inch screen is tiny. So when it comes to getting the most size for your dollar, the projector is the undisputed king. And finally, let's talk about what you're actually going to be watching on this thing. This really helps dial in the right choice because different kinds of content really play to the unique strengths of each device. So let's break it down. For those epic movie nights where you want total immersion, projector hands down. For just everyday channel surfing or binging a new series, the TV's convenience is just unbeatable. Now, if you're a serious competitive gamer, a TV's lower input lag gives you that split-second edge. But if you're hosting the whole neighborhood for the big game and everyone needs a great seat, that giant scale of a projector is absolutely perfect. Okay, so we've covered the performance. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, the practical realities of what it actually takes in terms of effort, space, and money to bring one of these into your home. Look, setting up a TV is just beautifully simple. You take it out of the box, you put it on a stand or mount it, and you plug it in. That's it. You can be watching your favorite show in, 15 minutes? It is the absolute definition of plug and play. A projector, though, it's more of a project. First, you have to pick and mount a screen.
Then you have to calculate the perfect distance to place the projector. Then you mount the projector itself, run long cables through your walls or ceiling, and then you have to dial in the focus and alignment. It's totally doable, but it definitely takes some planning and commitment.
And the cost? It isn't just the price on the projector's box. That projector you buy, that might only be about half of your total spending. You have to remember to budget for a good screen, maybe some professional installation help, and even things like blackout curtains to really get that perfect light-controlled room. Okay, we have covered the tech, the use cases, and the practical stuff. So now let's bring it all together into one final framework to help you make this decision with total confidence. Here it is, your personal checklist. Just ask yourself these 5 questions. 1. Light. Can you really get that room dark? 2. Size. Is a screen over 100 inches a non-negotiable must-have for you? 3. Use. Is this for everyday, casual viewing, or is it for special movie nights? 4. Effort. Are you looking for something that's plug and play, or are you up for a bit of a weekend project? And finally, 5. Budget. Have you actually calculated the total cost with the screen and everything else? Your answers here are going to point you straight to your perfect screen. Ultimately, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. You choose a TV for its incredible convenience and its rock-solid performance in any kind of light. You choose a projector when your #1 goal is breathtaking cinematic scale and total absolute immersion. Which brings it all back to you. After weighing all the evidence, from the science of lights to the reality of your living room, the choice is yours. So what's it going to be? What will you be watching on?